I never thought a simple family dinner could carve such deep scars. But that's how it started. My name's Alex Reed, and back then, I was just the black sheep in our tight-knit family out in the rolling hills of Northern California. We lived in a modest ranch house near Sacramento, where the summers baked the earth golden and the winters brought that crisp Sierra air. My mom, Margaret Reed, ruled our home like a sheriff in an old western town, strict, unyielding, with expectations as high as the redwoods. Dad had passed when I was 10, leaving her to wrangle us alone. And she did it by pushing us toward real success, stable jobs, benefits, the whole American dream package. My older sister, Lauren, was her golden child. She aced her way through UC Davis pre-law, landed a spot at a big firm in San Francisco by 24, and was married to a tech consultant with a house in the suburbs by 27. Me? I was the one sneaking into the kitchen at dawn, experimenting with fresh herbs from our backyard garden instead of cramming for exams. Cooking wasn't a hobby, it was my heartbeat. The way flour dusted the air like morning fog, how a dash of smoked paprika could transform a basic stew into something soul-stirring. It made me feel alive in a world that felt scripted. But Mom saw it as rebellion. "You're throwing your life away, Alex," she'd snap, finding me wrist-deep in dough while Lauren buried herself in law books. "Any fool can stir a pot. Get a degree. Something with security." Her words stung like salt in a fresh cut, especially after Dad's death. He used to sneak me extra helpings of his famous chili, whispering that I had the touch. Without him, the kitchen became my refuge. But Mom turned it into a battlefield. The real fracture hit during our annual Thanksgiving gathering 3 years back. I'd begged to contribute, spending days perfecting a cranberry relish with local walnuts and a hint of orange blossom honey from the farmer's market. Mom relegated me to the basics, minding the dinner rolls. The phone rang mid-afternoon, Lauren calling about her latest case win. By the time I yanked open the oven, smoke poured out like a wildfire signal. "She can't even handle toast," Mom declared to the table crammed with aunts, uncles, and cousins, her voice sharp as a branding iron. "I give her one easy job. And look at this mess. That's why I handle the important stuff around here." Aunt Elaine chuckled nervously. "Well, everyone's got talents. Lauren's the smart one. Alex, what's your specialty again?" Mom sliced into the turkey with that precise flick of her wrist. "Alex is still searching. Aren't you, dear?" I sat there at 30, staring at the kids mashing potatoes into forts, feeling smaller than a tumbleweed. My relish sat ignored beside the store-bought jar, its vibrant red mocking me. After the meal, while everyone cooed over Lauren's engagement photos, I retreated to scrub pots. Mom cornered me there. "You're too thin-skinned," she said, arms crossed. "I'm shielding you from failure. This chef dream? Restaurants go belly up faster than a drought dries a creek. You know what those folks endure." "No, Mom." "Enlighten me on my own life." She exhaled that long-suffering sigh. "I've sampled your stuff, Alex. The pasta's gluey, flavor's flat. You fancy yourself inventive, but basics elude you." That snapped something inside me, a spark igniting dry brush. I left California 2 months later with $4,000 scraped together, my beat-up Ford pickup, and Grandma's faded recipe notebook, the one praising my ranch hand instincts in the margins. Mom labeled it fleeing. I called it breaking free. She was dead wrong about my skills, and I'd prove it. Though as I headed west toward the bustling food scene in Portland, Oregon, I couldn't fathom how that proof would unfold. Portland slammed into me like a Pacific storm, raw, creative, alive with food carts and farm-fresh vibes. I crashed in a tiny loft above a noisy brewpub, the kind where rain pattered the tin roof like applause. No one knew me as Margaret Reed's let-down kid. I was just another dreamer in a city of them. The first weeks tested me hard. I pounded pavement at every eatery, from upscale bistros to taco trucks. My online culinary cert from a community college back home didn't wow anyone. Ever run a real rush? A sous chef grilled me at a fusion spot near the Willamette. When I owned up no, he smirked. Come back when you won't buckle under Friday fire. So I grabbed what came, dawn prep at a breakfast joint slinging avocado toasts and kale smoothies. $14 hourly.
No perks.
Blisters from the griddle mapping my palms. Evenings, I dashed deliveries for apps, navigating Portland's winding bridges while my truck's heater gasped against the chill. Mom rang every Sunday at 5 p.m. On the dot. Landed a proper gig yet?
No greeting. Just the jab.
I've got two. Mom. I mean a career. Alex with insurance. Retirement. Lauren just closed a huge merger. Her firm's covering her downtown parking. I'd trace a fresh burn on my thumb from that morning's splatter and swallow the retort. Great for her. Your place has mold, doesn't it? I hear the damp in your tone. Just head home. I'll chat with Mr. Harlan at the bank. They need tellers. Post-call. I'd cook, really cook. I'd splurge tips on market finds and experiment on my off night, cedar plank salmon with wild berry glaze. Or biscuits infused with rosemary from the rooftop pots. The shift happened at 1 a.m. on a drizzly Wednesday. Delivering pho to a loft in the Pearl District. I recognized the guy. Javier, exec chef at Evergreen, a locavore haven I'd applied to 4 times. You're the persistent resume sender, he said, grabbing his order. Behind him, a party wound down, empty craft beers, content grins. Persistent rejectee, I shot back, too weary for filters. He chuckled warmly. You prep where? Green bean breakfast. Mornings. Any good? I whipped out my phone, scrolling my Instagram feed of trials, 17 followers, mostly fellow cooks. His brow furrowed from amused to intrigued. Swing by tomorrow at 3. We'll test you on apps for dinner. Don't flame out. We talk. I didn't flame. I synced with the kitchen's pulse like I'd always belonged. Plates spotless. Timing tight. By close. Sweat-soaked and feet throbbing. I was hooked. Javier hired me full-time. Pay bumped a tad. But I was in a pro kitchen, soaking up wisdom from vets trained coast to coast. Breaking down whole lambs, balancing umami with acid, plating with that elegant restraint. Mom's calls shortened as my tales baffled her. They bumped me to guard manger.
Proud.
Is that progress? Cold station. I'm crafting a new crudo for spring.
Pause.
Still baffles why you're squandering smarts on food play. But I wasn't playing, I was forging. Skill by skill. It built me. I scrimped every dime, surviving on staff meals and stale loaves. While crew hit bars post-shift, I honed recipes at home, envisioning my own spot, menu mine, vibe welcoming like a frontier hearth. Javier yanked me aside one rainy Tuesday during prep. Face poker straight. No, Mia's heading to Seattle?
Mia.
Our Sue. Javier's anchor. My gut twisted. Short-handed meant brutal hours. Need someone owning the hotline when I'm out. Knows all stations. Earns respect. You in. Knife nearly slipped. For real? Dead serious. Alex. You've earned it. Sue at Evergreen, 2 years in Portland. Now second in command. Ray's let me upgrade to a one-bed with a real oven. No more mold wars. We overhauled the fall menu. Javier leaned on my palate. My pitch: roasted beet salad with goat cheese foam and hazelnut dukkha. Hit bestseller. Blogs name-dropped me beside him. Chef Javier Morales and Sue Alex Reed elevate evergreen. Clipped and mailed it home. Crickets. Then Oregonians spotlighted, rising Pacific Northwest stars. My pick on page 4. Plating my root veg cassoulet blending Cali farm roots with Oregon flair.
Sent that too.
Silence. But dreams simmered.
Rosa.
Our bar lead and confidant had a cousin unloading a space in the Alberta Arts District. Worn, needed gutting, but solid bones, high traffic, parking, kitchen expandable. We could rock this, Rosa urged over IPAs. You chef. Me mix. Equals. With what cash?
Evesocket 25.
Me 18. Cousin digs you. Holds lease 6 months if we prove serious. Biz plan. Maybe Angel for rest. Next 3 months. Doubles at Evergreen. Nights drafting plans. We knew the space intimately. I dreamed menus. Tested on pals. Pinched costs. Name hit during a slam service. Haven and Harvest. Cozy. Rooted. Antithesis to Mom's cold critiques. Investor surfaced via Evergreen Regular, a venture capitalist hooked on my foraged mushroom risotto. Her funds sealed the lease in January. Renovation rodeo ensued. I wired lights, picked linens, drilled staff on perfected dishes. Opening night. In my kitchen. Orders rolling, stoves mine. Walk-in mine. Vision realized. Booked out in weeks. Reviews glowed. Haven and Harvest redefines farm-to-fork comfort on Alberta. Chef Reed's plates marry technique with heart. Skip brunch at your peril. Her sage-infused French toast is transformative. For 0.9 Yelp after months. Waitlist Saturdays. Influencers queued for pop-up suppers. I broke Sunday routine. Calling Mom. Open my place. Thriving. A restaurant. Like I'd confessed cattle rustling. Alex. The loans? Failure stats. Packed nightly.
Mom.
Stellar review in. Lauren's maid partner. Youngest at the firm. Bash next month, fly home. I eyed the taped review in my office. Maybe. But I didn't. Too buried in success she ignored. Shares met deflections to Lauren's wins. Fine. I thought. Tweaking a flawless just for patrons who craved my craft. Let her dismiss. My diner's new truth. The message pinged Thursday morn amid inventory. In Portland for Mia's birthday getaway. Near Alberta. Lauren.
No invite.
No nod to my spot blocks away. Just family invading my turf sans intent. I palmed a ripe pear. It sent grounding me through prep. Rosa found me in the cooler. Zoned amid crates. You good?
Chef.
Family's here. Unannounced. She knew the saga, late shifts breed confessions. They dining. Doubt they know it's real. Shrug. That Saturday crushed records. Full house. 50 deep weight. Kitchen symphony. Plating venison special. Host Mia whispered, Lady up front claims kin your mom. Through pass window. Margaret Reed in crisp blouse. Scanning menu like alien script. Lauren beside. Scrolling phone. Hubby Tom wrangling niece Ava. Maybe 7.
Sitter.
Mia asked. Fully booked, hour wait. Not spite, truth. We were slammed. No bumping loyal bookers for unreserved kin. Half hour later. Rosa. Your fam holding? Mom asked for you. Wiped hands. Glimpsed reflection in steel. Jacket sauced. Hair wild. Let her witness the real me. Dining buzz softened as I neared. Mom's gaze raked my scars. My stance, armor forged. Alex, surprised in her own kin's domain. Neighborhood stroll. Good seeing you. Lie smooth.
Lauren.
Tom. Ava peeked. You a chef for real? She is. Lauren cut in. Aunt Alex's. Spot. Pause stripped doubt. Quaint, Mom said, eyeing reclaimed wood.
Pendant lights.
Buzzing tables. Little eatery. Open how often? Daily. Brunch weekends. Draining. Shirley. Arrow hit mark. Rose-eyed from bar.
Poised.
Regulars waved. Busy service, enjoy. Back to kitchen. Mom's barbs echoed. But plates flew pristine. The orders trickled in 20 minutes later, 2 wild mushroom risottos. 1 grilled ribeye with truffle fries. 1 herb-roasted chicken. Safe picks. Except the risottos, perhaps a probe? VIP on 14, I called. Code for extra care. Not favoritism. Every guest merited peak. I handled theirs personally. Risotto emulsified to velvet waves. Chicken skin crisp as autumn leaves. Steaks seared diamond perfect. Fries hand-cut dawn fresh. Run hot, I told server Diego. Detail each. Imagine Mom's fork paws tasting that risotto. Would old taunts resurface? Recognize her error? Peered through porthole. Diego presented with drilled pride. Mom nodded. Lauren snapped pics. First food doc I'd seen from her. They dug in. First time witnessing Mom savor my work. Eyes fluttering shut. Heart pounded under whites. Watched. Mom methodical with risotto. Face neutral. Lauren devoured. Tom nodded mid-bite. A fourth colleague gestured wildly at chicken, sparking Tom's laugh. Diego returned with scraped bowls. Compliments.
Chef.
Navy lady raved risotto method, best ever.
Mom.
Unwitting. Lauding me feet away. Chef thanks them. Desserts followed. Molten lava cake.
Citrus tart.
Berry panna cotta. Torched creme brulee. Full spread, occasion mode. Plated each. Ice cream cannelle precise. Sugar shell brittle perfect. As Diego delivered. Resolve set.
Rosa. Pass.
Where? Untied apron deliberate. Greet guests. Room hummed. Regulars nodded. Mom mid-bite on panna cotta. Spoon froze spotting me. Evening. At table head. Stained jacket bold. Checking in, Alex Reed. Chef owner. Silence stretched like desert horizon. Lauren gaped, Tom forked down. Colleague sensed tension. Mom lowered spoon glacial. Hope all met standards. Heard risotto shown, signature here. You. Lauren faltered. Prepped yours myself. Met Mom's eyes. Colleague broke ice. Your place? Stunning, rivals les spots. Margaret. Real first, no married name. Thanks. To Mom. Thriving 2 years. Booked most nights. Critics kind. Her face cycled shock to perhaps regret. Yours. Every burnt roll. Soft. Our barbed jest. Lauren squirmed. Alex. We weren't hiding. Mary Walters, your maiden? Thought I'd miss. Wanted unbiased view, Mom admitted. Voice diminished. If reviews held. Looked at empty plate.
Up.
Risotto flawless. Best tasted. Words I'd craved. But in my domain. Staff watching. Food testifying I'd outgrown need.
Clell enjoyed.
Check soon. Turned. Her hand hovered. Alex. Wait.
Paused.
Extraordinary build.
No clue.
Now faced her dawning.
Yes.
You hadn't. Back to kitchen. Team. Self-made life. Left her in booth. Finally biting refused truth. Kitchen hushed as door swung. Crew glanced covert, Irie apron shaky. Service on, 40 covers left. Rhythm resumed. Sizzles. Calls. Chaos controlled. Lost in microgreen tweaks.
Fleur de seldasts.
Diego at pass. 14 wants you again. Busy. Older lady. Tearing up. Porthole, mom dabbing eyes. Lauren soothing, colleague awkward, Tom vanished. Comp check. Charge.
No.
Turn to grill. Rosa blocked. You alright?
Fine.
Salmon's over. Right. Fish edged dry. Binned. Restarted.
Alex. Fine.
20 later. Mia. 14 gone. Mom pushed pay, followed orders.
100 tip.
Service blurred. Autopilot. Closed at 11. Drained beyond physical. Sat in dim room with Pino when phone buzzed. Lauren. Mom needs talk. Upset. Stared. Replied. Knows my spot. You ambushed. Worked my place she faked into. Embarrassed. Good. Dots danced then. Food incredible. Didn't know you could. That level. Almost smirked. Even post-meal. Hedged praise. Unknown text. Alex. Patricia Hayes. Lauren's colleague. Memorable night. Recommending widely.
So.
Spy mission. Didn't phase. Wandered space, scratches mine. Art chosen. Regulars loyalty. Kitchen note. Back you always.
Chef.
Signed all. Phone rang. Mom. Voicemail. Again. Answered. Alex. Thick.
Wept.
Must say. Waited. Wrong on all.
You.
Dream words. But coerced. Not heartfelt. Okay. Just okay? What? Mom? Forgiven cause risotto. Years dismissing passion. Favoring Lauren. Erasing me. Silence. How fix? Not asking fix. Nothing anymore. My daughter. Always was. Didn't halt kitchen burns tail. Protecting.
No.
Ashamed. Difference. More quiet, Lauren murmured backdrop. Place beautiful, Mom ventured. Special creation.
No.
Always did. You didn't. Her gasp. Good, stew in it like I had. Can we? Restart. Eyed kitchen. Reviews. Beard not untold. Team pick. Chosen kin. Maybe. But next. Reserve as Margaret Reed.
Whom?
Time for bridges. Perhaps heal. Tonight. Close spot. Thank crew. Tomorrow cook for love. Not proof. Whether she grasped or not. Morning dawn sharp. Too soon after scrubbing with Rosa. Sidestepping the drama.
Now.
Sunlight flooding empty tables. Emotions crashed. Phone. 15 missed. 10 mom. 5 Lauren. Erased voicemails unheard. Rosa arrived with lattes and day-old croissants. Silent munch till. That your mom? The can't-cook caller?
Laughed.
Same. Rethinking now. Shrugged. Peeling flaky layers. Irrelevant. Clarity bloomed, didn't. Years cooking for Phantom Her sauces. Reviews. Crowds. Partly defiance. Last night. Her unwitting savor. Reveal shock, not triumph. Closure. You know. To Rosa. Done. Face dropped. Shuddering.
No.
Done craving approval. Cooking 'cause love it. Guests deserve. Team needs present chef. Raised mug. Right reasons. Right reasons. Prep flowed. Dices. chops, shreds. Mind lighter than Cascades mist. Crew arrived. Nod supportive.
No proofs.
Service sang. Plates joy. Not rebellion. Tasted. Tweaked for craft. Not vindication. Midlull. Mia with envelope. Dropped for you. Mom's script. Inside. Monogram note. Alex. Reserved next Wednesday as Margaret Reed.
2.
Bringing Aunt Clara from Denver. Told her your risottos must try. No right forgive. But hope dinner starts.
Love. Mom.
P.S. Oregonian Review framed home.
Lo den home.
Read twice.
Pocketed.
Good.
Mia.
Just res. Table 2 Wednesday. Night crushed. 200 covers. 2 proposals. Bloggers snapping. Golden anniversary tasters. Cooked free. Celebration each dish. Last guest out. Spot gleamed. Past weight lifted. Struggles. Pains.
Proofs.
Led here. But freed now. Phone. Mom text. Saw Willamette Weekly Best New. Proud.
Smiled.
Replied. Thanks. Wednesday. Cleared thread. I'd orders. Back to work, chefs create.
Feet.
Sometimes self-nourish.
Rosa polishing. A.
Alex. Yeah. Next she claims can't cook.
Grinned.
Hope mid-bite. Lights dimmed. Tomorrow. Challenges. Dishes. Beauties.
Mais sans doute.
Lesson. Best revenge? Self-proof. Tasted sweet. But Wednesday loomed, a tentative bridge over our chasm. I prepped as usual, but with a quiet undercurrent of hope mixed with caution. Mom arrived prompt, Aunt Clara in tow, Dad's sister. The one who'd always sent me spice kits from her travels. They looked around Haven and Harvest with fresh eyes. The bustling room alive with laughter and the aroma of fresh-baked sourdough. This is yours. Clara beamed, hugging me tight. Smells like heaven. Mom hung back, her posture softer, eyes tracing the space as if seeing it for the first time. I seated them myself at a quiet corner table, the one with the best view of the open kitchen. Welcome, I said, handing menus. Take your time. As service hummed, I cooked their orders personally, not out of spite, but care. Risotto for Mom, of course, with seasonal morels and a light truffle essence. For Clara, the herb chicken that had become a staple. They ate slowly, savoring, and through the pass, I caught Mom's nods of approval. Her quiet conversations with Clara punctuated by genuine smiles. After desserts, a shared berry tart that evoked our old backyard pics, Mom waved me over. The room had thinned, giving us a pocket of privacy. Alex, she started, voice steady, but eyes glistening. I came under my name this time. Noted.
He said.
The chef's jacket feeling less like armor now. Clara excused herself politely, heading to the bar for a nightcap with Rosa. I was wrong, Mom continued. Not just about your cooking, but about pushing you into a mold that didn't fit. After your dad, I got scared. Wanted security for you girls. But I clipped your wings instead. Her admission hung there, raw and unvarnished.
No excuses.
Just ownership. It hurt.
Mom.
Being the afterthought. She nodded.
I see that now.
Your place. It's not just food. It's you.
Warm.
Inventive. Successful on your terms. We talked then. Really talked for the first time in years. About Dad's quiet encouragement. Her fears post-loss. My journey west. Tears came. But healing ones. Like rain after drought. Can we try again? She asked.
Slowly.
But yes, we hugged awkwardly, the kind that promised more. As they left, Mom pressed an envelope into my hand, the framed review she'd mentioned, plus a faded photo of me as a kid, helping Dad grill. "Keep building," she whispered. That night, closing up, the lesson settled light. Family fractures can mend if we meet halfway. Vulnerabilities bared. Revenge fades. Understanding endures. The weeks blurred into a rhythm after that dinner, but with subtle shifts. Mom texted sporadically, not her usual critiques, but shares, a recipe from her bridge club she thought I'd tweak, or a proud forward of a local review mentioning Haven and Harvest. Lauren called too, her voice less polished, admitting she'd envied my freedom while chained to billable hours. "Your food opened my eyes," she said. "Maybe I'll visit solo next time, no agendas." I laughed. The sound genuine.
Doors open.
Business boomed. We expanded brunch hours, drawing crowds from Seattle and beyond. I hired more staff, mentored a young line cook much like my early self, eager. Doubted at home. "Prove to yourself first," I advised him over prep. The rest follows. One crisp fall evening, Mom surprised me with an unannounced drop-in, not for dinner, but with a box of heirloom tomatoes from her garden. "Thought you'd use these better than me," she said, lingering as I closed. We sat at the bar,
Rosa pouring local Pinot.
and talked deep into the night. About regrets, dreams deferred, the quiet strength in pursuing passion against odds. "I pushed Lauren because it was safe," Mom confessed. "But you forged your path, wild as the West." I'm learning from that. Her words weren't absolution, but growth, hers and mine. We parted with a real embrace, the kind that lingered. The light lesson crystallized. Holding grudges weighs us down like unnecessary baggage on a trail ride. Letting go, extending grace, opens vistas we never imagined. Family isn't about perfection. It's about showing up, tasting the effort, and savoring the shared harvest. As winter rolled in, snow dusting Portland's edges like powdered sugar, Haven and Harvest hosted our first holiday feast series. Mom and Lauren flew out, joining the communal table, not as critics, but family. Laughter echoed over my updated cranberry relish, now a menu staple. Ava, the niece, helped plate desserts, her eyes wide with wonder. "Aunt Alex, teach me?" "Anytime."
Kiddo.
Watching Mom close her eyes over the risotto again, this time knowing fully, felt like completion, not revenge, but reconciliation. I stood in my kitchen that night, team buzzing around, and felt rooted. The western sunsets outside mirrored the warmth within. I'd come west seeking proof, but found something richer, self-acceptance, and the grace to offer it back. Life's flavors deepen when we blend bitterness with understanding. And damn, does that make for a better meal.